Okay, so this is a drawing video that demonstrates how to do different drawing techniques. Now, this is mostly about different types of lines, but you have probably used some of these lines that I'm going to show you, without actually knowing what they're called. So, what you might need to do this is, first you need a pencil with an eraser, because if you mess up, it's always good to have an eraser to use. You'll need some paper, and I have different objects I'm drawing. So I have a little Christmas ornament. I'm just going to put it off to the side because that'll be easier to draw farther away. I've got a little wooden cube, and then I've got this little wooden figure where I can change his pose if I wanted to, or her. Let's do it like that. Okay. So the first type of line, or the first drawing technique that I'm going to show you, is called a gesture drawing. Now this type of drawing is done really quick. You just want to get the general gist of everything. So I'm just going to draw my little person, and I'm going to draw in this square. Try not to take up so much space. So I'm going to try to do this really quickly. So here we go. Now yours might not be as scribbly as mine, but I just like getting all the little joints and everything figured out first. So there's my little gesture drawing of my figure. Okay, your gesture drawing might be little circles like this, or whatever. Okay, I just like doing mine with scribbles because then I won't have to pick up my pencil from the paper. Okay, so this is a gesture drawing. Okay, the second type of drawing that I'm going to show you is called a contour line drawing. This is just a fancy word for an outline. Now, an outline is any visible edge that you can see on your object. For this one, I'm going to draw both the cube and the Christmas ornament. And this one, you can take as much time as you want. You can erase. You can do a lot of stuff. So I'm going to draw my cube first. Okay, there's my little contour drawing of my cube, and it's a little off, but it's okay. And now I'm going to do my Christmas ornament, which starts with a circle. And there's this little crease right here where the two halves of the ornament came together. And I've got my little hook part right here. Okay, and there's my Christmas ornament. This is a contour line drawing. Okay, the third type of drawing that I'm going to show you is a cross contour. Okay, it's similar to contour in that you show the outlines, but it's also describing the form. Okay, and a form is a 3D shape. So for this one, I'm just going to use my Christmas ornament because it's a ball. So I'm going to draw a circle first. My circle is not very good. There we go. And I'm going to draw my little hook part that you put on the tree. Okay. So right now this is just a contour. In order to make it cross contour, is I want to describe the curvature of the shape of this, the form of this Christmas ornament. Okay, shapes are 2D, forms are 3D. So there aren't any flat planes on a Christmas ornament, so I'm going to draw some curved lines on the inside of my circle right here. Okay, And I think I'm also going to go the opposite direction. So if this is vertical, I'm going to do horizontal lines that are curved as well. It's kind of like you're putting a mesh bag or a net over your objects. Okay, and then I'll do this bottom part, which kind of goes like that. And I can't really do that one. So this is a cross contour drawing. It's just describing the form. You know it curves outward because of the curves of your line. Okay. Now the next one is called a blind contour drawing. So this is one where you don't look at what you're drawing, so you're just supposed to look at the object. Okay. You can tell that it's a blind contour because sometimes it won't even look like the object. This is supposed to teach you accuracy and teach you how to look at the object. Okay, you can do a blind contour where you don't pick up your pencil. I think that's easier because then you know where you've already been, but you can pick up your pencil if you want to. So you're going to have to trust me that I am not looking at my paper when I do this. Okay. So I'm going to go. Here we go. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, let me do it with the mannequin guy so you can kind of believe that I've actually have not looked at the paper. This one's got a lot more parts to it than that. You're just going to have to kind of guess of where everything is. This one's got more parts, so it's harder to do everything. Whenever we do our blind contour drawings, I'm going to give you a paper plate to put over your paper. Okay, so this one's not as accurate as this one. That's my blind contour. The next one before I do this big space is a continuous line, a contour drawing. So continuous means like it goes on forever. So how you do this kind of drawing is that you don't pick up your pencil or pen or whatever you're drawing with from the paper at all, or you try not to. So if I'm going to do my mannequin guy, and this one you can look at the paper, I'm just going to draw his head, and then his little neck, and then his body, I guess. Oh, my proportions are off. So I'm not even picking my pencil up from the paper. Oh, I'm running out of room. And you got to trace back to where you've been to do the rest. I think my proportions are off. He's got a top. I'm gonna make his head bigger. So I didn't pick up my pencil at all when I did that. Okay. The last thing I'm going to show you is a positive and negative space drawing. Okay. Each one of these techniques are supposed to teach you something about drawing, about how to become more accurate as you draw. So I would suggest practicing each one of these at least once. I would do it multiple times. I still practice, and I've been drawing for years. So it's always good to practice. Okay, so this last technique is positive and negative space. Okay, positive space in a drawing or painting or whatever you're making is always the subject in a picture. The negative space is the background. So what I'm looking at right now is my cube and my Christmas ornament. I am going to draw both of these objects next to each other. but I'm going to try not to draw anything on the inside of them. So right now I'm not going to draw this angle, these lines right here on the inside of my cube. It's a little off, but that's okay. Okay, now I'm going to draw my Christmas ornament, which is fairly larger than my cube. Okay, and then I'm going to just erase this line right here. Right now, the subjects, or the cube and the Christmas ornament are one object. Okay, in order to differentiate positive and a negative space, is that one of these is going to end up being shaded. So I could either shade all of this right here, or I could shade the background. I'm just going to shade the background to make my life easier. This drawing technique, or this practice activity, helps you focus on the subjects in your drawing. It helps you become more accurate at depicting where it is in space, because sometimes people put things really far apart when really they're right next to each other. Okay, so these are six different drawing techniques. We started with gesture drawing, then contour, cross contour, blind contour, continuous drawing, and then lastly positive and negative space. I hope you practice each one at least once.